can scarcely believe that I'm introducing this car to the channel, but today I've got the privilege of bringing you the Ferrari Testerossa. Initially, Ferrari Enzo was reluctant to adopt the mid-engine configuration on its road cars, largely due to perceived demands of the American market. However, in 1973, the Berliner Boxer gets one, and a sensational flat 12 at that. In '84, production stops and the Testarossa begins. However, that flat 12 carries over. Now, the styling of the Testarossa is undoubtedly a product of the 80s, pop culture and fashion of the era, but it isn't all superficial. Driving around this afternoon, the car feels really supple and responsive. One of the most iconic features of the Testarossa is these side strakes, beautifully built into the lines of the car. These are functional, cooling areas directed to the radiators sat each side in front of the rear wheels to aid with the cooling problems that they had with the Berliner Boxer. Now, this is the Pininfarina edition in this gorgeous red, but they do also look absolutely incredible in white. Other things to note would be these quad exhaust exit pipes. Owners do like to swap out the exhaust on these for something slightly less restricted, just to bring out the characteristics of that incredible flat 12. A slightly muted exhaust note is one complaint from many owners. Now, this car is from Switzerland, where they're much more hot on emission standards, so it's running full catalytic converters. We've also got steel disc brakes on all four corners, not bad for 1984, and of course the infamous pop-up headlights. Now, of course, components have been replaced as and when the parts and technology become available, but still to this day, the handling characteristics and driving dynamics still feel suitably sharp. I think it's now time that we ask Dom to take us out and explore the car a little bit more.
Welcome on board. You know where the handle is? Really good.
Good afternoon, folks. Thank you for joining us on this glorious day. We've got another one of Dom's cars back on the channel, but this time Dom has very kindly joined us and is taking me out in the Ferrari Testerossa.
Alright, we've got a motorcyclist who's quite eager. My daily driver was a 45 AMG. I don't think I knew you then.
I know you know.
I had a hybrid turbo and various other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
When I say I forgot to tell you, it was quite track orientated as well, with brakes and the lot.
Oh, right.
But I still, stating the obvious, that GTR in the wet at Snetterton, I was close to one, quite close to one, but I don't think he was very experienced.
No. Right.
Any other conditions, I did my best, but
ride quality seems pretty good though. It's quite compliant. Not too...
it is. It's a GT flat 12 cylinder engine.
Right. Okay.
Very close to 5 litres. I'm not sure. I investigated it before we came out. The standard is 380, 390 horsepower. Okay. But I think that the Swiss are probably lower powered because of the gubbins.
Right. I see. Okay.
You know, electrics and if someone's going out to buy one, I mean, it probably applies to everything. Get the best one you can.
Absolutely.
Or a very cheap one and put the money in yourself, or the best one that you can afford. This was relatively inexpensive, but it's still not, still not done.
No, so you've had to put a lot of money into the car to get it where
Yeah, I was expecting that, at least the full service, cam belt and tensioners.
Yeah, right.
And it's actually, when there is a problem with the cam belt or so, it's generally not the cam belt that snaps, it's the tensioner.
Right, I see. Okay.
So apparently that's what happens. So you at least do that in a full service, and they're not cheap cars.
No.
But once it's in Switzerland, before it's MOT, my buddy will check it out, and I'm sure there'll be some brake pads, or maybe brake hoses, or this, that, and the other, and there's a nice Morgan. The real aficionados or so, they're like a good service book with Ferrari stamps in it.
Absolutely.
And a whole lot, full history, but some dubious guy could falsify the whole lot if they really wanted to. So I don't know. Tyres on this, of course, if you want the original tyres, as I was saying, they're a bugger.
Right, okay. Due to the odd sizing of them?
Yeah, I think if you look at them, they're something like WRX or something like that. And it was a peculiar thing in those days. But you can still, all the service parts, they're readily available. The original seat belts are in the front. They were frayed along the sides, and they didn't retract.
Right, I see.
So Nick, he got these, and I think these are American. They are Testarossa. Yeah. But we couldn't find them in Europe.
Okay. But I think on a car this age, there's always going to be little things that will have gone. So seatbelt spraying, and
you need to eBay, and somebody will have them somewhere. 3-4 years ago, they were still kind of relatively cheap. Okay. And they just then they took off.
Skyrocketed.
And I got the last one in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Before. Wow. It was about 55,000 Swiss francs.
This one?
No, the one before they sort of took off. Yeah. Divided by 1.3 to get your pounds.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they're all in the 80s or 90s, hundreds now.
So a good investment if you bought one.
Yeah.
So there's a storage area in the front, isn't there? Your boots in the front.
Yeah. There's a spare wheel underneath the carpet.
Enough room for a few bags to go away on a weekend?
Yeah. Originally, you could have bought the luggage kit. Okay. 2 or 3 pieces. I've forgotten the make. Italian leather, brown leather. Very sought after. 3-piece Ferrari luggage kit.
Oh, beautiful. How do you find the gated shifter on these smaller roads?
I much prefer a manual gearbox.
Yeah.
In this case, starting the car from cold, ideally you need to let it run for a fair few minutes before you drive off. The gearbox oils need to really warm up to get the best out of it.
What's it like on more spirited driving?
The faster you go,